Good afternoon, Thunder Bay Live. I am sitting here with Colin Graham, otherwise known as Paloma Marquez. We are here today to talk about the Different Pronouns for Different People Forum happening May 3rd at In Common. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for being here. So, okay, you're representing the Two Spirited and the Drag Queen panel member.
Yeah.
Right? You got two things going.
Yeah, exciting.
Right. So, my first question for you is, what is one of the most common misconceptions you feel is attached to either of those titles?
Ooh, good question. I think for me as a drag performer, I've been a drag performer now for nearly 20 years, and one of the biggest misconceptions, regardless of whether it be colleagues, family members, or those even close to me, is that they get it confused with wanting to be a woman. They don't understand that for me, drag is another job and my performance piece, right? And I think it's also important too, when thinking about two-spirited, that's a rather recent term I've been comfortable with identifying as.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I am Indigenous doesn't necessarily mean, say 10 years ago I would have identified with being two-spirited, because it comes along with a deeper connection and understanding of connection to land, so it's more spiritual based and what roles mean rather than gender and sexuality. Has nothing to do with gender and sexuality at all.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that's what we're doing this forum for, right?
Absolutely.
Educate. Cool. So, okay, how do you feel things have changed in the past 5 years for the LGBTQ plus community?
Oh, it's a pretty broad question. I think, again, to highlight for me my experience of living in the North, there have been many great gains when it's come to improving access to care for LGBT plus community. When it comes to paying acknowledgement to the new programs that have already been established, such as the Other 10%, Gender Journeys, as well as I think we're going into our 6th year of Pride.
Yeah.
And so those are, for me, are really, really big gains, because being a part of this community for nearly 20 years, those are things that we didn't have or weren't really necessarily on our radar back then.
Right. Cool. Right on. Awesome. So, okay, what is the way you want to be treated when you walk into an establishment?
I think it's, for me, like when I go into an establishment, I have an expectation that I'll be treated just like you would treat your own mother.
Beautiful. Perfect. And lastly, what kind of programs would you like to see for the LGBTQ plus community going forward?
As like I said before, as in the last 5 years, with the great gains that we've had in claiming our space, I think what we need to start thinking about more, because now that we have such a great resource and pool of local advocates, is pushing for more political and more political, and as well as more strategic ways of getting our people connected into care, to education. I think we're at a stage now in our community where we could definitely be supporting something similar to what they have in Toronto, which would be the 519,
Okay.
which is a community health center. Well, it's more than just a health center, it's a community center where there's access to health, to advocacy.
An umbrella for everything.
Pretty much, yeah. So I believe that the North could definitely be leading pioneers when it comes to being a hub for all LGBT plus community members for this region, for Northwestern Ontario.
Cool. Well, I feel with you on our side, I feel that all of that stuff is way more tangible and possible, I think. So,
Well, hopefully one day.
yeah. So thanks for all the good work.
No, thank you.
So if you guys want to get more information on some of the stuff that we were talking about, please join us May 3rd at 1 p.m. at In Common for the Different Pronouns for Different People Forum.
Awesome.
For being here.
Thank you.